Today we're going to be doing an updated version of the fruit slash item value tier list. The last one I did really good. That was almost a year ago though, and the values have changed quite a bit. A lot of people have been asking for it, so I'm delivering. Let's get straight into it, boys. Alright, so first off, I want to give a big shout out to Ohism and Weiss. They helped me get caught up on the trade values and knowing what it is. Here is my boy Weiss's Twitch. I'd greatly appreciate if y'all checked him out because he helped me out a lot for this video. Getting into the E tier, which is the first bottom list. This one's kind of self-explanatory. All these items and fruits are really low value. You're not going to be able to get anything for any of this. By the way, I also just want to point out that none of anything in this list is solidified. Just because what I put here doesn't mean that's automatically the value of everything. It's just a generalized value and typically what they usually go for based off of, trade history in the community. So yeah, E tier, you can't really expect to get anything for any of this. This is all just really low value. And by the way, the value of most items and fruits are determined by 1, how good they are, and 2, how rare they are. In some cases, usually stuff that aren't good, but it's really rare, can be worth a lot because you know how rare it is, or it's like an exclusive item. Doesn't necessarily always need to be good, but if it's rare, it's probably going to be worth a lot. Coming into D tier, some of this stuff is used as add-ons like the rares, but rares in this game are not really worth jack. So you can't really expect to get anything with all these D tier items and fruits. However, you can trade D tier items for fruits for other D tier items or fruits. Basically what I mean by that is in the D tier bracket, you're going to be able to trade for most of the stuff in the D tier bracket from stuff within the D tier bracket, if that makes sense. C tier, now we finally get into stuff that you can use decently for add-ons, like Cupid Battle Axe, Cupid Wand, some of these other accessories like Kraken Great Sword, stuff like that. While these items by themselves have pretty much little to no value, used as an add-on, they're pretty decent. Not really as good as like some of the other brackets in this list, obviously, since they're rated higher. But C tier is when you finally start getting into some of the stuff you guys can actually use as add-ons to help assist you within a trade, if that makes sense. B tier, now we actually have some decently good stuff. Coffin Boat, drums, gravity board, crab cutlass, CB spawner, kraken spawner. Some of these stuff actually go for decent values, especially as trade-ons, especially the kraken gears and the boats. I find that those go for as decent add-ons to support a trade where you already have something of decent value, in my opinion. But nevertheless, with B tier, you still can't really get much stuff by itself. Similar to all the other tiers, you can pretty much trade for most of the stuff within B tier as well. Like you can trade B tier stuff for other B tier stuff, but most of the stuff is usually just used as add-ons instead of like being able to get something good by itself. Coming into A tiers, you guys may notice these are where all the low tier legendary fruits are, sitting. A tier stuff, this is when you get into stuff you'll actually be able to get trades for. Like let's say, even though Ito, Goro, Hiei, Goro, and Zushi all by themselves are lower tier legendaries, if you put 2 together, you'd probably be able to get a semi higher tier legendary. So like if I put Ito and Goro together, I might be able to get a higher tier legendary than I would if I just tried to trade Ito by itself, if that makes sense. That's kind of self-explanatory. That's just kind of how trade values work. But this is where a majority of the higher tier stuff you guys get will be worth. You guys can see, Bells, Festival Lancer, Croc, Cape. I noticed Trident has been going up in value quite a bit recently. So yeah, anything in A tier, you actually will have a decent chance, or not a decent chance, actually a really solid chance of getting higher tier stuff, especially when you pair in legendary fruits, if that makes sense. So A tier, you're actually chilling. You actually have high value stuff over here. By the way, I noticed that there was no Suna icon in this tier list. I guess they just forgot to put it in, but I would say Suna is pretty much an A tier as well as far as value. Suna has pretty low value, so my bad about that, boys. Coming into S tier, boys, a lot of this stuff recently just started shooting up in value. For example, Elo Hammer just recently started crazily going up in value, and I'll see Elo Hammer now go for multiple different legendary rarity fruits, such as like Suna plus a bunch of other stuff. Flamingo Boat also been going up as well. Santa Hat. Obviously, some fruits will be very familiar in this bracket, such as like Tori, Pika, Magu, Mera. These fruits are always been high in value because of how good they are at grinding, so this comes as no surprise. You should expect these fruits to be high in value, with the exception of Mera. Mera used to be pretty low in value, but recently it's been going up in value as it should have been in the first place. Most of these fruits are pretty good for grinding, with the exception of Tori. Tori is just really obviously a mythical fruit, so it's literally 8 times the rarity of legendary's fruit, so you should expect it to be at this level. Pretty much anything you have in S tier, you're going to be able to get anything below S tier, as well as stuff within S tier. So you have any of this stuff in S tier, you're pretty much chilling. You have really high value stuff. you'll pretty much be able to get most of what you want in the game, with the exception of like new stuff. New fruits tend to go for really inflated value when they first come out. S plus tier. S plus tier is the stuff that just has insanely inflated value for no reason. For example, candy cane. Candy cane typically goes for like S tier stuff. Like you have anything in S tier, you're literally chilling. They keep going up in value over time. You guys may have noticed the trend for S plus tier stuff. They're all pretty much exclusive event items that are not going to come back in the game. For example, CC, Prestige Fruit Bag, where it allows you to hold 2 of each fruit. This one is worth really high because, again, it allows you to hold 2 of each fruit. You won't have to create another alt account to hold 2 of each fruit with Prestige Fruit Bag. And then obviously, you know, you have the other rare stuff like, you know, Cupid Queen outfit. Flowers has been crazily raising up in value recently. And then obviously Azure gear, which is high value simply because it is the rarest out of all the Kraken gear, hands down. So yeah, that is S plus tier. S plus tier, you have anything in this tier, pretty much the entire game's items is in your hands, pretty much, boys. Literally. Coming at S plus plus tier, this is like the top of 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 the top in the game. You have any of these 2 items right here, which I doubt you do, because literally Marine Cap, there's only like 40 in the game. And PCC, there is quite a bit of PCCs, but because of like what PCC is, it is crazily high value. You know what I'm saying? Your boy truly, yours truly, When the Clouds. We have a PCC. This ain't flex, by the way, because I'm never trading it. But you know, it's just nice to have it. I would say these are more like antique items just to have, you know, just kind of flex. But they're crazy value. If you have a Marine Cap, I don't remember like what exactly Marine Cap was worth last year, but it was worth like multiple of every fruit in the game, as well as like every rare item. Like they wanted every fruit in the game, candy cane, like Elo's hammer, anything, any exclusive item they wanted for Marine Cap, and it's only been going up in value. Just because realistically, the number of Marine Caps in the game will never go up, it'll only go down. Like, you know, as accounts get banned, people stop playing, the number of Marine Caps flowing in the trading community will only go down over time when you think about it, boys. So yeah, that is my tier list as a whole. Again, none of these brackets are solidified. This is only a generalization of what they typically go for based off of the history of, you know, trading. Let me know if y'all enjoyed this or if it helped you out, my people. I can't stress this enough, but you know, values are ever changing. And you know, if you watch this video, you know, a couple months from now, values may be completely different as new fruits, new items change, get buffed, nerfed. You guys get the gist. Again, big thanks to Ohism and Weez for helping me out. I really, you know, I haven't really been in the trading game for like almost a year, so they really helped me out and helped me understand the trading values. Hope y'all having a great day, boys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.